At first, we would not even notice. Earth would drift slowly, its orbit bending away from the sun under the pull of some passing star or invisible force. To the naked eye, the sky would look unchanged for weeks. Seasons would still shift, days would still come and go. But astronomers would sound alarms. Earth was no longer bound to its parent star. We had become a wanderer. Within months, the change would sharpen. The sun, once a steady coin of fire, would shrink. Every dawn would be slightly dimmer, every noon less warm. Farmers would panic first, crops refusing to ripen, growing seasons collapsing. Cities near poles would freeze, while equatorial regions cooled into autumn that never ended. By the first year, oceans would begin to crust with ice. The atmosphere would condense, winds sharpening into crystal storms. People would migrate toward geothermal zones, volcanic valleys glowing with life where heat still escaped from Earth's core. Humanity would cluster around hot rivers and steam vents, tiny sparks of civilization surviving against a deepening night. Above, the sun would fade into a star among stars. For the first time, humans would see their parent star not as master, but as one light among billions. The night sky would blaze with clarity, no scattering, no glare, only a perfect ocean of stars. Some would weep at the beauty, others would mourn the loss of home. Technology would fight back. Orbital mirrors would be built, capturing what light remained. Fusion reactors would multiply, promising artificial suns across frozen continents. Massive domes would rise, trapping heat. Whole cities breathing under glass. The Earth would become not a planet of open skies, but a quilt of glowing shelters stitched across ice deserts. As centuries passed, Earth would drift deeper into interstellar dark. Stars would shift position, constellations melting into new patterns. Navigation would be reborn. Ancient myths tied to Orion, Cassiopeia, the Southern Cross would become irrelevant. We would map the heavens anew. Humanity would no longer be citizens of the solar system, but nomads of the galaxy. Some would adapt spiritually. Religions would rewrite themselves, speaking of Earth as the Ark, carrying life across the void. Pilgrims would climb frozen mountains to pray toward the sun, now just a faint star in the distance, remembering it as both cradle and grave. But life would remain fragile. Without the sun's pull, the moon might drift away, destabilizing tides. Without solar wind, cosmic rays would batter Earth's surface, forcing humans underground or under domes. The magnetosphere would shield us for a while, but every century would feel more hostile, every survival strategy more desperate. Yet new possibilities would emerge. Freed from the sun, Earth might pass near other stars. Entire civilizations could rise waiting for the next close encounter. When the next star warms us, we will awaken. Astronomers would predict those meetings centuries in advance, cities preparing to bloom again, in light before the long dark returned. And what of humanity itself? 1,000-year lifespan would not matter in endless night. Instead, we would measure history by stars past, by constellations reshaped. Children would grow not knowing the sun, as we did, but hearing stories of a fire that once painted skies blue. They would look upward at the black and ask if the sun was ever real. If Earth left the solar system, we would become both refugees and explorers. Our home would carry us like a ship through the galaxy, its decks frozen, its cabins warmed by fire stolen from atoms. Civilization would be smaller, more fragile, but perhaps more unified. Because in the endless dark, borders mean little, and survival means everything. In the end, Earth's journey would remind us of truth. Planets are not eternal havens, but travelers themselves. We are passengers on a rock that once circled the sun, and may one day circle nothing. And perhaps, if another star's gravity welcomes us, dawn will rise again, not as memory, but as rebirth.